My name's Andrew Lutzi. I work for Cunningham's property in Balgowlah on the lower northern beaches in Sydney. I'm 26 years old and I started in real estate when I was 19. So I've been in the industry about 7 years.
My name's Christy Smith. I work for LJ Hooker of Pacific Pines on Gold Coast, Queensland. Been in real estate for just over 4 years. I'm 28 now. I started when I was 24.
Hi, my name is Lachlan Bate. I'm from Century 21 on the Peninsula, which is at Redcliffe, north side of Brisbane. Started in real estate about 2 years ago.
I went overseas. I actually didn't want to do real estate when I finished high school. I went overseas and did a gap year. And then I came back and I thought real estate would be a good idea because it wasn't a sort of a 9 to 5 job. And when I found out that I suppose you're rewarded for your results, that was something that was really appealing to me.
Wanted a career change. Always wanted to work with horses. I've got horses, had them for years. And they weren't bringing in the money to be able to keep them. I found real estate and applied for a couple of jobs and ended up in it.
I used to breed horses as well. So once again, career change, not enough money in that. Family's big property developers in Yamba. So I guess I've always had property in my blood. By the end of year 12, had decided that real estate was what I wanted to do. And I think that the industry needs more honest people out there to obviously help people make those life-changing decisions. I just didn't want to be an average everyday salesperson, so I moved up to Queensland, studied my full real estate agent's licence through the RARQ. So by the time I was 18, I think I was the youngest in Queensland actually ever having that. So basically then moved back down to Yamba, where LJ Hooker approached me, offered me a job. I was there for 3 months and then purchased my first office, which is now the Redcliffe office.
I applied for a couple of different companies. It just came down to which one sounded better at the time when I got it. They're all big name companies and LJ Hooker just seemed to have a bit better training program, and so I went with them.
Mine was purely a geographical choice, what was closer to home at the time. I was just lucky to get in with a good company. I think I went with them. I had a job offer for another agency up in Avalon. We're Cunningham were offering $10 more a week, so I went with them. Depends on how you measure success. Obviously, how far you advance yourself in your career is a pretty good measure of across the board as to how well you're doing. There's a lot of real estate agents out there that just don't have the skill set to, I suppose, points of difference in real estate is a big thing. If you don't have a unique point of difference and if you can't present that convincingly to the client, you're never going to succeed in real estate.
Well, training's a big thing, but actually following through on what you say you're going to do. Just doing the little things, following through on what you say, call them when you're going to call them, give them feedback after inspections, be honest with them, makes a huge difference.
Again, like Christy, I'm very, very strong on ethics and being honest. When you say you're going to do something, make sure you do it. And I think that actually comes back with repeat and referral business, which is very important. I mean, that's the best advertising means of all. Keep people happy and they'll be happy to tell everyone they know about you.
I started off as a cadet and just learned all facets of the business for 2 years, and then I went on to a mentor role with the director, which is really I got predominantly most of my training and again coaching on ethics and those sort of things.
I had a couple of really good people in my office. They helped me out a lot when I first started for the first 12 months or so, so I sort of hid behind them for a little while.
I particularly believe marketing is a really, really important point of difference. I've introduced a new style of marketing, a tiered, layered marketing program through first database, then internet exposure, then obviously the third source, the paper, and the way that that is structured and the way you deliver that again is a really big point of difference to a client.
I'm not actually sure what it is, it just seems to work. I go in, I'm myself, I'm happy. I do have a very good knack for remembering properties, sales in the area. I have a lot of signs and sold signs in the area, and most people when I go into their house know the houses around the corner, ask me about a house. I can tell them the details about the property, and I think it's just enthusiasm.
I think going in there to that listing presentation, the first thing you need to do is rapport build with people. So that means if we need to sit at that table talking about what they did on the weekend or where they're going for their next holiday for 2 hours, that's what we do, because at the end of it, I think people need to feel that they trust you and they need to like you. And once you have that, all of the other stuff can come into play then.